Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your Knowledge Management and ICT for Public Administration subject. This is still your professor, Mr. Kirp Anthony A. Ramos, and for this session, we will be talking about the concepts of information and communication technology. All right. So as we start this discussion, it is of course no imperative muna na malaman na syempre no for the sake of discussion and for our succeeding discussions no most especially ito yung ano no ito yung mga terms at saka karaniwan ito yung mga nagiging acronyms no na madalas ninyong maririnig no mula sa ating mga discussions for this subject. So for the subject of course no we will be equating yung information technology as to the information and communication technology or ICT. Because as we all know, syempre nagsimula naman talaga ang lahat with the IT, pero as time goes by, no, nagkaroon ng development, and with the development na binabanggit nga natin, meron mga emerging technologies, meron mga emerging concepts na siyang nadaragdag no, sa ating pong mga pinag-uusapan ngayon. Okay, so as we start this discussion, kagaya ng binabanggit natin, no, in terms of public administration, trend na ngayon, no, yung paggamit ng ICT or the Information and Communication Technology, most especially on how they will be doing the governance nga na tinatawag natin, most especially sa mga government agencies and even dun sa mga local government unit. Pero ano nga ba muna ang ICT? Okay, so as we define this is an umbrella term that includes any communication device or application that will encompass radio, television, cellular phones, computer and network hardware and software, satellite systems, and anything that are alike. Okay, so simply put, no, if we're talking about ICT, most probably ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay yung mga bagay na kaya no na mag-systematize or even mag-transmit ng mga ng mga information, kaya nga siya tinawag na information and communication technology, no, we are already communicating, we are already transmitting the information and even the data. Okay, so it also deals with digital data and the ways of storing, retrieval, transmission, and receiving. So as I have mentioned, kaya nga siya naging ICT, it's because we would really want na may pasa yung ating mga information and even the digital data. Kasi gone were the days, if you will notice, gone were the days na pumupunta ang mga tao sa library, hindi ba? So ngayon, if mapapansin natin, mas madali or tsaka mas convenient doon sa ating mga sa ating pong mga kasama or even sa atin mismo no na ang gagawin na lang natin ay mag-search tayo sa internet, mag-search tayo sa sa mga platforms na kung saan madalas nating ginagamit such as your social media, 'di ba? Yung ating pong no yung mga concepts na nagmumula sa internet nga kung tawagin po natin. And also, if you will notice, hindi na lang ang pag-store ng mga information and even data. Kagaya nga nito, 'di ba, na ginagawa natin and even itong discussion natin kung mapapansin ninyo, the storing of this video is actually being done no with the use of with the use of digital means kagaya nga ng YouTube, hindi ba? So kung mapapansin ninyo, kaya nang binabanggit natin no when we say ICT, most probably ang pinag-usapan natin diyan ay yung no pag-store, retrieve, pag-transmit and pag-receive ng mga digital data. And also, kung mapapansin ninyo no yung C na no na binabanggit at idinagdag doon sa ating no sa ating pong IT nung simula, it stands for communication of data through electronic means. Kaya nga nang ginagawa natin, kung mapapansin nyo rin, yung ating pong mga government agencies and local government units, sila ay gumagamit talaga ng electronic means para mapabilis and even maging efficient no yung kanila pong mga gawain. Pero sa mga succeeding pa natin na sessions natin yung mapag-uusapan. Okay? But for now, let's talk about ICT. Okay? So these are the characteristics of ICT. So number one, we have interactivity, no? For the first time, yung ICTs nga raw are effective two-way communication technologies. Kasi kung mapapansin niyo before, ang gawain lang ay one way. Ano ibig sabihin ng one-way form of communication? 'Di ba? Ang one-way form of communication is that you will be transmitting a message and then hanggang dun lang. Wala kang marireceive na na real-time feedback. But with the use of ICT, you will be able to have a feedback or a response coming from the person na pinagpapadalhan mo ng mensahe or even ng data or information. So with that, ICT has interactivity unlike yung ating ibang concepts na siyang ginagamit sa pag-store, pag-retrieve or even pag-send ng mga data. Number two, permanent availability. So of course, the new ICTs are available 24 hours a day kagaya ng internet for as long as meron ka of course sa connection ha kasi baka mamaya syempre kung wala kang connection talaga hindi yan magiging available pero if you have the connection, if you have the connectivity, automatic of course the internet will be available 24 hours a day. Kaya nga 'di ba tayo spend tayo a lot of screen time pagdating sa ating sa ating po mga buhay. So with that being said, even yung even yung ating mga ICTs na ginagamit for public administration, they are available 24 hours a day. Also, it has a global reach. Of course, no, geographic distances hardly matter anymore. Bakit? Kasi kagaya ng binabanggit natin, pagdating ng ng mga data natin or pagdating ng information natin, most likely may papadala mo yan kahit saan. Hindi kagaya before na limited yung ating kakayahan para makapag-transmit ang information simply because of the of the boundaries. Ngayon hindi na. Kagaya nga limbawa, 'di ba, sa paggamit natin ng social media, hindi na ka na mahihirapan kumonek, hindi ka na mahihirapan mag-send ng message kasi nandiyan na siya. You can reach them, no? Hindi na magmamatter yung geographic distances simply because you have already the electronic means. Okay, that's number three. Number four, of course, the reduced cost for many. Of course, no, the relative cost of communication have shrunk to a fraction of previous values. Bakit? Kagaya nga na sinasabi natin, dahil nga, say for example, yung pag-reach doon sa mga tao na gusto nating makontak or mabigyan ng information nasa malayong lugar, dati aabutin ka ng libo-libo siguro sa sa paggastos halimbawa para sa telepono, para sa load, pero ngayon hindi na. Basta makakonect ka lang sa sa internet, most likely mas mababa na ang babayaran natin. So those are your characteristics of ICT. So again, just a recap, that's interactivity, permanent availability, the global reach, and of course, yung reduced cost for many. Also, since we are already talking about with the ICT, it is also important to talk about the computers. Kasi syempre, without these computers, most likely, itong mga ICT ay hindi siya gagana. Okay, so ano ba muna ang meron dito sa computers? Of course, no, with the computer, we are able to process yung tinatawag natin na data. So what are data? It is defined or they are defined as a collection of independent raw facts, collection of numbers, letters, symbols, and any combinations of this that provide the necessary requirements of a system to achieve a result. So simply put, kagaya ng binanggit natin nung ating simula na discussion about sa data, and even sa knowledge, data is your raw facts. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa po siya napaprocess. This can also refer daw sa facts and figures relating to events that take place. Without, of course, yung interpretation or even yung analysis and discussion. Okay? So, basta raw facts siya, automatic that will fall under the category of data. But when we talk about information, of course, the moment that you will be manipulating the data, the moment that you will be processing the data, that will fall under the information na. Okay? Kasi nga, kagaya na sasabi natin, kaya sa mga computers, of course, kaya natin i-process yung mga data na meron po tayo. Okay? So these are the types of information that we may have or we may receive or we may process. So we have the operational. So when you say operational, these are information pertaining to the daily details that go into running an organization. Examples given will be your receipts, your invoices, services, records, and even your payroll. So once we're talking about operational information in a day-to-day basis, of course, napakahalaga nito kasi siya ang nagdidikta kung ano nga ba yung mga nangyayari sa sa operation ng inyong pong organization or ng inyong institution. Second, we have the management, no? So these are the information needed to perform the functions of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, which are the functions, of course, ng management. Okay? And such information includes those coming from external sources na siyang magagamit natin in order for us to plan ahead, at makapag-strategize kung ano nga ba yung ating mga gagawin in terms of management. Okay? So, and also, we have what we call as the strategic information. And that is mission critical and relates directly to the trust of the organization that is required to act in accordance with the environment or market or competition. So kagaya nga kanina, 'di ba? The moment that you already managing, once you are done with the strategizing when it comes to the functions of management, of course, no? Next thing is how will you be able to implement it? How will you be able to do things with your organization? How will you govern using the data and information that you've already received? Okay, so those are your types of information. Again, to recap, that is operational, management, and strategic or OMS. Okay? So ayan. So of course, whenever we're dealing with information at madali nyo itong ano no or madalas nyo itong ma-encounter pagdating ng araw, these are the desirable qualities of the information. Of course, kailangan number one, relevant or applicable doon sa iyong hinahanap. Kasi baka mamaya yung information, kagaya halimbawa, no, pag gagawin niyo na ang inyong mga thesis or even mga research works, kung mapapansin ninyo, the moment that you will be interviewing someone, maraming information ang kanyang maibibigay. Pero ang pinakamagandang information doon ay yung applicable dun sa topic mo. Kasi baka mamaya ang dami niya ng chinisika, ang dami niya ng sinasabi, hindi na pala siya relevant. So, nonsense lang din. Number two, that information must be complete. It means that it is suitable for a certain time, of course, no? Number three, timely. Okay, napapanahon para syempre yung information na ibibigay natin ay talaga magmamatter dun sa mapagbibigyan natin organization or institution. Number four, accurate or reliability. It means that it is free from error or it is exact. Bakit daw po kailangan ito? Siyempre, kailangan mo ng exact na information at saka hindi no, erroneous na information simply because mapapahamak ka niyan kung sakaling gagamitin mo. Magmumukha ka pang sinungaling kung sakali, hindi ba? So that's number four. Number five, that must also be presentable. Okay? So easy, pleasant, and even aesthetic, no? Ibig sabihin, the moment halimbawa na may present mo yung data, madaling maintindihan, no? Nagugustuhin nilang basahin yung information or yung ano no nilalahad for them. Number six, that must also be cost effective, producing good results without costing a lot of money. Kasi sino bang may gusto, of course, na ano no, na gumastos ng malaki just for the information. So hindi natin yun, hindi natin yun gugustuhin. Okay? So again, those are your desirable qualities of information. Okay. So, of course, no, aside from that, the moment also that you will be doing your research works and even your thesis, mga kapatid, it is also important that you remember this, no? Kasi ito yung karaniwan na nakakalimutan ng mga ano no, ng mga estudyante when it comes sa paggawa nila ng research and pagkalap nila ng ano no, ng information. So, kailangan you remember the term SMART, of course, no? Kailangan the moment that you will be ano no, getting the information, it must be specific. Okay? Ibig sabihin, dapat mismo alam mo sa sarili mo ano ba ang hinahanap mo na information. Ano ba ang unit of analysis mo? That is number one. That must be specific. Okay? Number two, it must also be measurable. Ibig sabihin, no, dapat you can quantify things, no? Even though na ano no na pinag-uusapan natin dito ay yung ating pong ano no, yung ating pong mga data or even yung attitude. See, for example, hindi ba kung mapapansin ninyo, yung ating ano no, at some point yung satisfaction, 'di ba? Yung ating ano pa ba mga ano pa yung ating mga kina-quantify, even yung mga competency, 'di ba? It is measurable. Pero syempre, of course, no, kailangan meron kang proper instrument on how you will be doing that. Number three, attainable. No? So, the moment halimbawa na ano no na magre-research ka and you will be needing information, you make sure of course na attainable itong information na ito. Kasi baka mamaya, kagaya halimbawa ng binabanggit ni Sir, ano, yung usapin halimbawa ng research, the moment halimbawa syempre na ano no na tama, marangya ang gusto mo maging research, ano, gusto mo talagang bombastic kung tawagin, pero the moment halimbawa na wala ka namang kakilala and it is not possible for you na makuha yung information na yan, that will also be nonsense. Bakit po nonsense? Kasi, in the first place, ano ay ipepresent mo kung wala kang ano no, maayos na information? So that's number three. Number four, relevant. No? So, ibig sabihin niyan, of course, yung pinag-uusapan nga natin ng information, kagaya na sinabi natin kanina, ay naaakma doon sa ating pong gustong marating. And of course, timely. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi niyo pong timely mga kapatid, napapanahon. Okay, napapanahon itong hinahanap mo na information kasi it will also help other institutions and organizations to act upon matters and even solve a given problem. Kasi if it's not timely, sayang din naman yung iyong paghahanap ng information. So again, please don't forget the term SMART. That must be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. All right. So, as of the moment, do you have any questions or concerns about our lesson? So, if there are some concerns or questions, you may leave a comment below or you may email me, ano, para syempre masagot natin kung ano yung mga katanungan ninyo. And I can provide, of course, no further and supplementary information about your questions. Okay? Okay, so that's it for our discussion about the concepts of information and communication technology. Again, I would like to thank everyone who attended our session and I hope to see you all again by the succeeding ones. So until then, mag-iingat po sila. This has been your professor once again, Mr. Krip Anthony A. Ramos. See you on the succeeding sessions.